Hey, how's it going, guys? This is Papa Joe for this week's edition of the Metal Shop Vlogs. Today we have some cool guests, our friends in the Third Edge.
How's it going?
Hello.
You guys can go ahead and give us a quick intro.
My name's Ray Ariola. Play guitar and sing.
I'm Mark and I play drums.
Sam, bass guitar, vocal sometimes.
Nice. So go ahead and give us a quick chat about like how the Third Edge got started. I know you guys have gone through some evolution as far as like band members and stuff.
Yeah, the Third Edge, really at its core is, has always been, Sam and I. But even before the Third Edge, there was, Two Edge back. We started playing together when we were in high school, so it's been a while.
So that was like the class of 2008. 2010, right?
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Yeah, we'll go with that. But yeah, so Sam and I, we go back, that far, and then tell us a story about ordering a pizza.
Yeah, we had jammed over a decade ago. A band called the Dust Mites played a couple shows. Did was it Speaking Rock?
Yeah,
the competition.
A couple small.
Anyways, long story short, I ordered a pizza at Nona's and hadn't ran into him in 10 years, and now I'm back in jamming with him and in this band.
2 years later, here we are.
Yeah,
It's been 2 years.
it's been 2 years.
2 or 3.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah, I remember we saw you guys play and open up for Beware of Darkness.
Oh yeah,
That was about
yeah.
was it four years ago?
Yeah, that's it was about 14.
Yeah, and I remember back
13.
then you had Johnny the Tree Walker.
Yeah, Johnny the Tree Walker.
He was he played guitar also for your band, right?
Yeah, Johnny. He moved on to bigger, better things. That wasn't hard. but yeah, we still miss him. But yeah, after Johnny left, it was one of those like, what do we do? We were a three-piece before Johnny joined the band, so we were like, let's just keep doing that.
Keep it simple.
Go back to what it was.
Nice.
So we since then, and obviously since Mark joined the band, it really did kind of go. I think the songs got a little bit more serious. I think we all got a little more serious in what we were doing. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. So I don't know is it okay for me to address like the fact that people are probably putting a face to a voice right now?
Oh, what?
Is that cool?
Oh, yeah, that's fine, I guess, man.
It's actually Ray Monroe from The Q, man.
Well, yeah.
And I've been listening to like Ray's voice for like years and years, so it's kind of cool that we have him and his band here at the Metal Shop today.
Like, you listen to a lot of commercials, don't you?
Yeah, I know.
Just kidding. Yeah, no, it's.
No, but weren't you like on air?
Yeah. I'm still on air every once in a while. I mean, I'm still with the radio station, but I'm my full-time gig is the sales side.
Yeah.
So but every once in a while, Sundays 7 to 10, you can usually catch me on the air and filling in whenever they need me. So
Yeah,
it's,
cool.
it's still fun to turn the mic on every once in a while.
You should do Sundays at 7 a.m., man, because like when I tune in early on Sunday mornings, they're talking about like parks and recreations and stuff. Or what's that?
What? No, you're talking the early
Yeah,
show.
the early morning show on Sundays.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't listen to that show. I'm not usually
Okay,
up
back
that
to the
early,
Third
but
Edge.
yeah, back to the Third Edge.
So go ahead and talk to us about like your personal music history. Like what kind of background do you guys have in music?
Metal.
Metal?
Mel.
Well, alternative, a little bit of everything, no?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like as far as like like when you were kids, like what made you pick up an instrument and start jamming?
Man, you know what? I was just surrounded by guys that were playing music. So like 14, I started singing in a band, and then moved on to guitar, and then bass, and met Raymond, and the rest is history. So.
Yeah.
I needed something to calm my mind when I was little, and drums was the thing. Kept me busy. Didn't have to think about it, and didn't really have to learn the craft to learn how to do it. It was just something that you could pick up on your own and keep going.
Nice.
Yeah. I basically started playing when I was young. I started in orchestra, and my dad taught me a few chords on the guitar, which was basically what kind of launched everything. And then back in high school, metal was basically the main thing that made me want to pick up a guitar, and I want to do that, But besides that, I mean, we listen to a wide range of different stuff. I'm a huge fan of a lot of the Mexican rock, like the Caifanes and even like Héroes del Silencio, stuff like that, and then of course Iron Maiden is Iron Maiden, so so that kind of speaks for itself. But
nice.
But yeah.
Dude, that's awesome, man. Like you're an orchestra kid, former orchestra kid, and you love Maiden. Psh.
Well, yeah, they almost kind of, yeah.
Best friends, man.
Yeah.
Okay. That's awesome, man.
Thanks.
So, you just mentioned some of your influences, so you guys could talk about your influences as well.
Man,
Maybe
a little bit of obviously Metallica, Maiden, a lot of bass stuff like Primus, Stuart Hamm, Victor Wooten.
Oh, we saw Stu Hamm last year.
Yeah, we were at that
too,
show,
man.
man. Stu Hamm was
great,
incredible, man. Yeah, Stu Hamm, another one, man. Yeah.
Oh, and also at that same show, did you remember seeing the dude from Chico's Tacos, the owner?
No.
Yeah, Bernie.
Oh, was he there?
Bernie Mora, yeah, he was a guitarist on Tangent, the band that opened.
Oh, yeah. Tangent, they were really good.
Yeah.
They were really
Bernie Mora, he's the owner of Chico's, man.
There you go.
Okay.
I say we go to Chico's after this, man.
That's random fun fact.
Yeah,
Go ahead
there you
and talk to us about your influences, man.
I'm a huge fan of Seven Dust, that kind of style of music.
Oh, yeah, we saw you there, right?
Yeah, Buster.
Yeah.
Love Soilwork. Anything melodic, like that kind of stuff.
What's your favorite Seven Dust song?
I'd have to say it would be, oh man, the first one, Black. Still digging that one.
Nice.
Still can't get over that one. It's a great tune.
Yeah. It's not like completely Seven Dust. I think they collaborate with other musicians, but it's that Angel Sun.
Oh yeah.
Dude, that song speaks to my soul, man. I love it. So are you any of you guys trained? Classically trained, or do you ever have lessons?
Raymond?
Well, just went to playing an orchestra. That was basically it.
Cool, man.
Yeah.
So so talk to us about the history of Third Edge. What was the first year that you guys were officially a band?
This band?
Well, this band officially, I guess when I moved back, man, in 2004, 2005, something like that.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Damn, that's a pretty good run.
Yeah, I mean, it's it hasn't been by any means consistent,
right?
But
episodes.
But yeah, this, I guess this, what it is now, I guess we could date back to that. I mean, we're still not playing the same songs we were playing back then.
Yeah.
I'll take responsibility for that and mess them up.
I'm glad you came along, my friend.
Yeah, but it says a lot, man. Just the fact that you guys are still the Third Edge, you're still jamming.
Yeah.
You guys still playing shows.
Yeah, and it was cool too. Even older songs that we had down. Once Mark came in,
They were new to me. So
yeah, and it was actually kind of cool to have a fresh set of ears where we redid stuff, it's extended parts, and things of that nature. So
that's cool, man.
Yeah,
cool, man. So let's go ahead and talk about your original music. Any music that's strictly the Third Edge.
Well, what do you mean?
As far as how many do you have? How many original songs do you have?
Geez.
Do you have any EPs or full length?
Well, we recorded one.
EP was the first
one
right?
EP. This was back in, I guess, about 2006, 2000. Yeah.
2005.
A couple of those I think are still up on our Reverb Nation, and then we recorded with Johnny. We started the recording process with Travis over at Nasty Cactus over in Las Cruces, and Johnny basically, I guess he mastered it and did everything else. That's right when Johnny joined the band, and that's also up on the Reverb Nation page. And the whole plan right now is to be in the studio. What?
In the next month.
Next month?
No, I don't know.
No, I want to do. Let's say before the end of the year. I mean, let's put a date on it. Cool. We've been talking about this for a while, so it's time to just get in there, and we're gonna do just an EP.
All new material.
Yeah, all new material. So yeah, we're excited about that, and
nice.
We'll see where that takes us.
Cool, man.
Yeah,
that's always exciting, man.
Yeah.
So you mentioned that Johnny mixed and mastered all that. Mm-hmm. Who would you want to record you now?
You know what? That's something that we've been kind of talking amongst ourselves. We really we really haven't decided on that, to be honest with you, man.
Yeah.
So,
Cool. I mean, there's a lot of good options here in El Paso.
yeah,
man.
there's a ton of them, man. I talked to Gabe this weekend. I talked to Eddie. I saw both Eddie and Gabe this weekend, actually, at the Rockabilly Riot. And they want to do something. They're willing to do something with us. Obviously, Joe from the Nobodies also, offered to help us out. So, it's I don't know if we're going to go that route or if we're just going to go into the studio. I mean, even studio wise, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think we can afford Sonic Ranch. I mean, so that one's kind of out of the question. But
You never know. Maybe get a sponsor from somewhere.
Right,
Dude,
right.
it's so hard to get
Hey, if
sponsors.
anybody wants to sponsor us, we'd love to record at Sonic Ranch, and we'd love Gabe to engineer it. So,
I repeat, it's so hard to get sponsors in El Paso.
no, I know,
Dude.
Trust me, I know. I
Yeah,
do sales.
We learned the hard way, man. But you know what? We're lucky that we were sponsored by Live Audio, and we can't thank them enough, man. Shit.
Awesome. Yeah, I love Alex, man.
Yeah,
Alex is
Alex is a
a
good
cool
dude.
guy.
So, when Mark came into the band, do you have new material with him?
Oh, yeah.
sometime?
Yeah.
And how easy was it
absolutely.
for you to write music with the different drummer, or how easy was it for you to mesh with them?
Kind of have the same ear, and we kind of just talk everything out. I guess the hardest part is when we all don't like something, we say it.
Right.
I mean, yeah, that's the only downside to it. But other
think
than
that's
that,
good, man.
we'll get a song down in really quick time.
Yeah.
It's all about like separating business and personal, right?
Yeah.
When you're working in a band, it's business.
Well, I mean,
Well,
And
musicians.
although a lot of personal
Yeah.
emotions go into it.
Yeah, not only that, just
Yeah.
musicians are very personal. So
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
yeah, you tell them you don't like
And
something.
emotional.
Yeah. Yeah.
And always nervous.
Yeah.
True. Cool. So that was pretty easy, pretty seamless.
Yep.
Nice. So are you? So you're not even worried about what the recording process is gonna be like? Should be pretty.
I always get nervous laying, putting myself out there like
Right.
that. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess once I get there, I'll figure it out then.
Yeah.
Never recorded before.
Really.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right.
well,
We'll
it'll be
find out.
nice, man. So who do you feel like supports your band the most?
I'd say us.
Right.
Yeah, I think it's
Our
different
wives,
when you get older and stuff.
Yeah. No. Absolutely.
My wife, she's probably my biggest fan, but like as a whole, it's us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice. Okay, did you mention the names of were there singles only that are on your Reverb Nation, or is it like an EP or? full length?
There's it's not the whole first record, not the whole second record. There's like maybe 2 or 3
Little
cuts
bit of
from
each
each
one.
one. I was gonna say, I know Made in Chile. Actually, we were talking about what songs we're gonna play, and I know Made in Chile's up there. Made in Chile was actually one of the songs that we're gonna do. If you listen to the Reverb Nation version, that's my brother on drums, which was the first drummer that played with Sam and I.
I
when we
apologize
first
to your
were-
brother if I messed him up.
Okay, so when you play a show, how much do you bring to a set? Like how long is what's the length of your set?
You know what? We can play. We could probably play for an hour, but a nice comfortable set, at least for me, is 40 to 45 minutes. I mean, to me that's kind of the sweet spot.
Yeah.
Just lengthwise. Amounts of songs that you can get into a set, and and not be completely dead.
Right.
It's like I always I trip out when I see like a lot of these even a lot of the local bands that play the 2 to 3 hour sets. Man, I mean that's
Yeah.
off to you, man.
Yeah, those are mainly like cover
Yeah,
bands,
yeah.
and they get paid to do that stuff.
Right.
Are you guys cool like doing covers?
Oh yeah, absolutely. We actually did a few like way back, but they just kind of like fell off, But I mean, for the most part, I mean, it's if we did do a cover, it would be like one cover, like doing the whole set.
Who'd you guys cover?
We
Tom
did.
Petty?
We did
Tom
Tom Petty. We
This
did,
is-
we did
this is
just
the guy
got, like,
that-
yeah.
that
We
does
were
not
gonna
like
we were
listening
gonna
to
we were
covers,
gonna redo. We were gonna bring back Tom Petty, and Mark said, no, I don't like. Tom
I don't like covers.
So
I like listening to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I want them to be completely different and put your own spin on it, and then
Yeah.
I don't know.
we did a Kanye West Heartless
Nice. I thought you were gonna say like Gold Digger or something.
right now. No,
That'd be
it's
cool.
Heartless. What else we do?
Which one?
When we did a little acoustic project for a while.
Oh, some
where-
Dio, right?
Yeah, we
that's
did
cool.
Dio.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
did
You did Dio acoustic.
it's almost kind of a funny version of Rainbow in the Dark when you really break
Yeah,
it
it's
down.
cool,
but
man. Yeah, we have some.
yeah, we did
we have some
Dio.
friends
We
who
did
have a Dio tribute band, Sacred Heart. The local dudes, and man, they kill it.
Cool.
They wear the wigs and everything.
Yeah, I was nowhere close to the Dio range or octave or anything in that.
What about the Vivian Campbell?
Yeah,
range?
no. It was it was
shredding.
on an acoustic guitar. So no, it was on a nylon.
Okay, we'll take it, man. Anything that
Yeah,
takes
no.
us back to the '80s, we're good with that.
Right.
Right, Mark? You like the '80s?
I do. I do. I grew up listening to Metallica. That
yeah.
early stuff. Let's see. That's probably about as deep as I get is the early '80s metal.
Nice. Okay, man, so it's time for the show-off segment.
The show-off
so what was
segment.
the first concert you guys ever went to?
Metallica, 1989. This is for all tour with Queensryche.
Yeah, mine was Metallica and Korn.
Yeah.
Metallica and Korn?
And Justice for All. I believe.
Yeah, that was my first concert.
Yeah.
What's that? Same?
Metallica, yeah, and Justice for All. Yeah.
Nice. Okay, so we're going to break the fourth wall here and ask Judy what her first concert was. She's over there working hard behind the cameras.
Mine was Rush.
Which one?
Raised Under Pressure tour.
Damn. Okay, so I was like 7 years old when I went to my first concert. I went to see Peter Frampton here at the Coliseum.
Nice.
It was actually the Frampton Comes Alive tour, man. My aunt dragged us along and we went, and I didn't know what the hell was going on, but it was cool. So after that, it was like, it was great, man. Went to see Ted Nugent and Judas Priest, I don't know how many times, and
You
The
know,
80s were awesome, man. That's all I gotta say.
it's funny that we bring up that show because the whole reason why Sam and I started talking was because of that show. He actually either I sat in front of you or you sat in front of me in history class in Coronado, and that was the reason why we started talking. Was it had all to do with the Metallica show then? So yeah,
Hey, nice. Okay, so back to the vlog.
Right.
Where have you guys played? Like which venues? You can list any venue, man, even if they're not around anymore. Those are actually our favorites to talk about.
right,
Street Fest, Balloon Fest.
right, yeah. We played a few Kelly Q events, you know. So
Recently, what did we play?
we've been played the Rock
What did
House. We
Notice turn
played,
into?
played Rock and Cigar Bar.
Cigar Bar.
There.
You know,
House of Rock.
Wherever
Rock-
will have us, pretty much.
yeah. I mean, we'll play wherever whoever will have us. But
Did you guys say Tricky Falls?
yeah, we played Tricky. Well, Beware of Darkness was actually a Tricky Falls. That was I love that place, man. It's a great venue.
Yeah.
Too bad,
I know,
that
man.
was What
Have they said when they're?
I heard the end of October, but I don't know if that's official. So
That sucks. It was like for sure, if you would see a really good touring package, like on social media, and you had any hope of it coming to El Paso, you knew that for sure. If
Yeah.
anybody would pick it up, it would be Tricky Falls.
yeah.
So it kind of sucks, man, that they're going away because, I hope that those tour packages don't go away with it.
Yeah.
gonna
Well, I
suck.
mean, we'll see what happens. I mean, but losing a venue, I mean, is not a good thing.
Yeah.
You know.
And by the same token, like maybe it'll give the other promoters an opportunity to book those shows as well. So
Right.
all we can do is hope that the hardworking promoters of El Paso just keep up with what they were doing.
Right.
I know it's not easy. I know, and that's one of the reasons why, like Judy and I don't get into promoting, man, because we could try it.
Yeah.
But it's hard work, man.
It's a lot of work.
It's hard.
I mean,
it's not easy, man. I mean, there's a lot of people to please
yeah.
in the process,
And it's
a lot of money to be made.
that's what
or
I was
lost.
going to say. Yeah, and I mean, I live it at work, but at the end of the day, it's not my money.
Right, right.
I mean, but
that's a big
but I mean, you see, it's there's a lot of things that that go into putting shows like that together.
Mm-hmm.
I mean that.
Yeah, we get offers we have like friends who are from out of El Paso and they tour, and then they'll refer us to touring bands, and it's really hard for us to say no to them, but
Right.
we will because I don't know, man. Like the guarantee, and then it's just the whole business is so unpredictable, man.
Yeah.
You never know who's gonna show up or how many kids are gonna show up. Like Judy and I have been to a shitload of shows, man, and we've seen the really good sides of it and the bad sides of it. Where
Yeah.
a lot of times musicians end up playing to musicians only, man.
Oh yeah.
And that's a
we've
big
been-
fucking
yeah.
drag, and I'm sure it's a bigger drag to the promoters who have to pay
Right.
the guarantee, and nobody's there, man. So, not to get all preachy because I'm not an expert in promoting, but that's just my take on it, and that's why I didn't do it.
No, it's a very fair take on it. I mean, it is what it is, man.
Cool. Okay, so are there any venues that you like to play that you haven't? It doesn't have to be.
I'd love to
Paso
play
or
Tricky
anywhere.
Falls again before.
Yeah, me too.
I'd love for it not to go away, but
Yeah.
you can get
And
some-
not just Tricky Falls, but also the Perch.
yeah,
the-
that's
the
true.
bar upstairs.
That's also the bar. Yeah,
We've got
there's
to a lot of
also-
shows there
it's-
recently
It's not
too,
just
man.
that.
So, yeah, it sucks.
So,
Any venues out of town that you like to play?
uh,
Or any? How about any festivals out of town you like to play?
oh man,
You know those European festivals?
That'd be
Those
pretty
are
sweet.
Was it Waken and what else? Like the Grass Pop and
Oh, yeah.
any of those would be killer.
yeah.
Oh yeah, man. Reach for the stars.
Yeah.
Cool. So, what are some of your favorite artists that you've opened for?
Oh man,
The Offspring.
yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's actually kind of a crazy story. And we were talking about it's like, are we really going to take this back to 1990?
90 something.
No, it was 1994. 1994. We at the time we played in Two Edge. We were fresh out of high school, and we booked the 6 week tour across the states, and it was one of these things where back before cell phones and email, you mailed your cassette or CD and hoped that the guy didn't throw it in the garbage can at the at the venue that got it, and out of nowhere, Ben, who was the vocalist, he's the one that actually basically took on the calling everybody and mailing stuff and everything, he called me up and he's like, hey, I got us a gig with this up and coming band called The Offspring out of SoCal. And you know, it was one of those things where back, you know, we were kind of in that scene kind of a little bit, you know, in that punk rock scene that, you know, I think Eric had heard of him or something, and we're like, oh, that's pretty cool. And literally a couple weeks later, I was sitting at my buddy VA's house, and we're watching MTV, and Keep 'Em Separated comes on, and I'm like, we're opening up for these guys. And I mean, keep in mind that in 1994, if you saw a video on MTV, it's like, it's on. I mean, it's gonna, you know,
famous.
Yeah, it was insane. It was an incredible show. It was The Offspring and Guttermouth. And then and it's funny because I saw Guttermouth about maybe 10, 11 years ago at the band's Warped Tour. And it was like, hey, still doing their thing. Everyone's an asshole. Yeah, right on.
Nice. So, like, talk to us about what the music scene was like back when you guys started, as opposed to what you think it's like now. Or even if you're familiar with it now.
It's the same. I mean,
same scene, different people.
Yeah, same scene, you know, different people. It's, you know, the shows are just as surprisingly attended or surprisingly unattended. You know, it doesn't matter who you bring down. Back to, which all goes back to the promoting, you know, of stuff. You know, basically, I mean, the only different thing I think, if you really took, you know, a band today and took a band, you know, back in those days is, you know, is just the difference in getting shows and stuff like that. And, you know, if you wanted to get the word out about, you know, about having a show, you went down to your local Kinko's and you ran off a bunch of copies of this thing, and you went and you literally, the idea was, you know, hit the high school as early as you possibly can or as late as you can the night before, and basically just hope as many flyers survive before the administrators get in and start tearing them all down at, you know, 8 whatever. Yeah. You know, so it's, you know, it's I don't know, at the same time I think it's, people have a lot more options now too.
And social media too.
Yeah, through social media of what they want to do. You know, back then it was limited to the fanzine you were reading or the people that you knew. You know, and you know, it wasn't like, you know, putting up an event on Facebook. It was literally pick up the phone and call the 30 different people that you knew because you remember their phone number too, because that just kind of came with the territory. You know.
Yeah, I don't know. I think like nowadays maybe the musicians are a little more. They put themselves out there more because they have like their personal Facebook pages and their personal social media, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And then so people get to see their opinions in their daily life regularly.
Yeah. So
versus back in the day where people didn't really know the musician, only what they saw on stage, or maybe if they hung out at the show.
Right.
I don't know. It seems to me like in the past, musicians and bands guarded their reputation a lot more than they do nowadays. So, because of the shit that you see some people posting nowadays, people arrive at a show or they don't go to a show because of it with a preconceived notion of what that person's like, you know. So I don't know. I mean, I think that's one of the big differences is that people are really honest nowadays, or maybe not, man. Maybe they're just trolls and they just like to talk shit. But people take things really wrong nowadays, and
I think it works both ways. You know, really, at the end of the day, it's just, you know, you are going to deal with the people that, you know, are just out there just to fuck with it, you know. And that's just part of life. It's just now at a bigger scale, with an easier way to communicate it. I mean, look at the problems that not taken out of the local scene. It's like, you know, just open up Facebook.
Exactly.
You know, I mean, I don't think we need to get too deep into that.
Yeah.
You know,
take a musician, just like everybody nowadays just talks shit, man.
Yeah.
Get better, man.
Yeah. Well, you know, I mean, and I mean, I haven't had any personal issues with, you know, any bands and, you know, ever being, you know, an asshole to me or anything like that. You know, I mean, it's I think even back in the day, even through today, I think everybody kind of gets along, and I'd like to think everybody kind of has some kind of respect for what everybody's doing. Everybody's doing different things, you know, and I mean, I don't know. I think there's something out there for everybody, really, at the end of the day.
True. Cool, man. So let's go ahead and talk about your social media. Where can people find you?
Or lack of social media?
Whichever you prefer.
I think we still got a MySpace. Right? I think our MySpace is still up. Now we've got a Facebook and we got an Instagram.
Yeah.
And I promise we were talking about this earlier. I'm taking it upon myself to update that Facebook and get some more pictures up and stuff like that. So,
Well, I mean, the cover photo's current. It's the three of you.
yeah.
That's
Actually, Johnny put that one up.
Nice.
Johnny took that picture when he was in town for one of the shows that we played. That's actually at the Rock House.
Yeah.
And he put that up. So yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you can find them.
Yeah, see, look, the MySpace is still there. MySpace.com/The Third Edge.
Yeah, so you can find them at facebook.com/The Third Edge. No Instagram or Twitter. Or
Yeah, we got an Instagram.
Instagram?
So
Third
Is it
Edge.
the same, The Third Edge?
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the most reliable way to contact you guys, like for booking purposes?
For booking purposes, you can hit it up on the page, or you can hit me up on my page. I'm under Ray Monroe Adiola, and
Or the Instagram too.
or the Instagram too.
Right. Okay, so that's for any kind of booking inquiries.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. And you guys you guys are ready to play shows now?
Yeah, absolutely.
Active?
Yeah.
Cool, man. We gotta hit you guys.
I know. We will have something coming up at the Rock House. You know, there's a few things in the works. We got the beer union coming up. You know, so
Nice.
that's going to be a pretty cool show.
Yes, and
But I
that
just
show will
forget-
be at the.
Joey's Bad Company Bar, September the 21st.
Yeah, cool.
So.
Yeah, that's a cool little bar. I mean, it's pretty new, and we were there when I think I just like opened. Like I've been open for a week.
Yeah, I want to check it out.
Yeah, and I know they've been having shows there more regularly.
Right.
So cool, man. And another venue. It's always a good thing. Okay, so one thing I always like to ask bands is for you all to give advice to a young musician, maybe somebody who wants to start but is not sure whether they should do it or not, or they like it. Just any kind of advice that you think would be helpful.
Oh man.
And some of the popular suggestions have always been like practice, don't stop practicing,
Right.
don't listen to what people tell you if you suck.
Yeah,
or
that's
not.
that's
Those
the
are pretty
most
like the
important part.
standard pieces of advice.
You know, if I could talk to a younger me, if there's one thing that don't be so hard on yourself, especially when you're writing your own stuff, and it's stuff that even I deal with even today. It's how can I put it? It's like it doesn't suck as bad as you think. That's basically my advice is don't be your own worst critic. Give yourself a little bit of room to breathe in that department, and of course the whole don't stop playing, keep practicing thing. I mean,
Yeah, that goes without saying.
yeah, that goes without saying.
I'd say just even if you feel like you're doing something different, and like coming from a drumline background, everybody has to play the same. It has to be regimented. You have to learn it a certain way, and when you're doing something different, sometimes people frown upon it, but keep up with it. It'll get better.
I would say whether it's a hobby or whether you want to make a profession out of it, just give it your 100%, no matter what.
Yeah.
Nice. Cool. Okay, so do you guys have any hidden talents or secret stuff you like to do that's not music related?
Like to cook.
Yeah, this
Nice.
this guy can cook.
Heck yeah, man. I should have
This dude can cook.
had you guys over like at 4 instead.
Right? Yeah, no kidding.
Both of us.
Yeah.
I have a lot of mouths to feed at my house.
What do you know?
6 kids, 3 kids, 6 dogs, a wife.
So the
Whoever
6
shows
kids
up,
is
yeah.
your special talent.
No, the 3 kids.
3.
You mix them up with the dogs.
We do the same, man. What you?
I'm on the radio. That's probably it.
That's
it.
work, man. That's work. That's work related. What do you like to do at home?
Yeah. No.
Don't binge on Netflix or anything?
You know what? You're gonna.
That's a good story.
Dude, yeah, I've been watching Voltron, dude, on Netflix, and I'm it's pretty badass. That's all I can say. Season 2, episode 10.
Voltron?
Yeah, Voltron, dude.
Cool,
They
man.
re-released it. Remember Voltron way
Yeah.
back in the day? Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy.
So,
Okay, so like, what are your thoughts on? We kind of touched on it, like social media bullying, or any kind of bullying, man.
It's wrong. I don't know.
I don't know, man. It's I don't even know what to say. It's like, I mean, it's wrong, and if you're on the victim side, just tell somebody. I mean, I remember it. I grew up being bullied. You know,
Yeah,
I
I think we all did to a certain degree.
It's kind of.
It's different then, though.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to say though. But that was before,
Especially not being a
social media.
being
As
a
we're sitting here recording this.
being a dad, and then seeing that happen.
Yeah,
You know, it's another level for me now. Like,
Yeah.
I want to, it needs to be headbutted and dealt with.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, I mean, I've gotten an 11-year-old daughter, and I haven't actually, been part of that conversation. Thank God. But yeah, it's kind of crazy, I guess the level that it can get now,
Yeah.
because it's.
Yeah, it's pretty fucked up, man.
World Wide Web.
And I totally get that about seeing it from my parents' perspective. Like my son was in bands before and stuff, and it's not that he was bullied. It's just that he dealt with a lot of bullshit, which usually comes with being in a band. Like there's different personalities. People have different ideas of what they should do as a band and stuff. But there's always personal issues that come up too when you're in a band, because you guys are spending so much time together. And I guess like seeing him deal with some of the shitheads that he had to deal with kind of like pissed me off a lot. But I always knew to just stay in the background, because the kids have to deal with it on their own.
Yeah,
terms
that's
as well.
Yeah, you also gotta let them learn.
But it's good to actually watch your kid deal with it. And sometimes, my son dealt with it in a way more mature manner than I did, because I wanted to go old school and give him advice that I probably shouldn't have given him. But he handled it his way. As a matter of fact, he would still go and shake their hands even after there were shitheads with him, and just showing people that he's doing well and having a really good life in spite of all that bullshit. That's the payoff right there. He dealt with it the right way, and he was a man about it, which is fuck, man. I can't talk about how proud I am of that.
Cool.
For him. So yeah, I mean, everybody handles it differently, and it's even crazier watching your kid deal with it. Cool. So they're damn. Okay, so is there any shout outs you want to give? Maybe
Hello,
anybody
my
who's helped
family.
you?
My family.
Hi,
Family.
Isabella. Hi, Sylvia.
What are your dogs' names?
Oh man, we're gonna go down the list. We got Samson, Nilla, Sunday.
Which is the one that tries to fuck you life, and that put you down for a week.
Yeah, that was
You want to tell
Sammy.
me a story about that?
Yeah.
Tell them about the dog
And
fucking
then
you
I
like.
got 3 more little ones. So and there's a bunch of them in there.
Nice. Yeah, we're dog lovers, man.
Love dogs.
Yeah, that dog's a lover too.
Come over.
I'm good, bro.
Cool. So now it's time for the rapid fire, starring the third edge. Okay, so I'm going to ask you guys 5 quick questions that you can't see.
Okay.
These questions were also written by Amber Favela, Judy's daughter. So thank you, Amber. Shout out to you. Okay, so here we go. First question: if you were arrested with no explanation, what would your friends and family assume you had done?
Oh, man.
Shoplifting.
He got drunk again.
You fell asleep where?
Okay, question number 2: what secret conspiracy would you like to start?
A secret conspiracy?
It's a good one. Had you asked me this yesterday, I would have had 3 answers for you.
I don't even have an answer for this. Sam, what conspiracy would you like to
I'm
start?
drawing a
I
blank.
would start the conspiracy of the disappearance of all chicken wings. 'Cause I'm taking them.
All right.
Cool. How about a conspiracy that the Philadelphia Eagles suck?
Nope. Yeah, you got a fan here.
Okay. That's actually not a conspiracy though, so. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, here we go. Question number 3: pineapple on pizza, yes or no?
No.
Yeah, I see
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, no problem with that.
Hawaiian pizza, absolutely.
Yeah,
I would like
yeah.
sweet.
Pineapple and jalapenos, man.
Okay, if you had the world's attention for 30 seconds like you do right now, what would you say?
Can't we
Nice
all
to
just
each-
get along?
yeah, be nice to each
Jeez,
other.
man. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, and the last question: if you could close one fast food chain due to disgusting food, which one would you pick?
Chico's Tacos. Just joking.
Ah,
Is that a chain?
I'm just joking. It's not a chain. Sorry.
Sorry, Mr. Mora, it doesn't mean that.
I don't know, man. I'm a fan of junk
I don't
food,
even
bro.
eat fast food really, so
Yeah.
I couldn't.
You don't eat fast food?
No.
Nice. Damn, dude. I wish I could say that.
This will probably get me crucified, but I'm not a big fan of Chipotle.
Dude, same.
Never been
I
there.
don't get it.
Sorry.
My son loves it, and I take him there, but I'll take him there and I'll just sit
Yeah.
there and watch him because
It's in the it's in the
just
news
thought-
too much for me to
It's not
even sit
good,
down
yeah.
and enjoy it.
you know,
Oh yeah, that doesn't help. That doesn't help.
One
I'm
thing
just
that
saying.
is really cool about Chipotle though is that they usually give like free food to touring musicians, right? They used to do that.
Really?
I think they still do. Yeah, they have a deal where like if you're in a band and
Way
you're
to
touring,
fuck it up.
they'll like feed you for free or something like that. Don't quote me on it, but I
No, I take my
something
answer
like that.
back.
Yeah, and dude, that goes a long way, man. If somebody treats any musician that well,
Dude, I'm telling
You
you,
guys are good with us, man.
when we were on the road for 6 weeks, it's you'd be surprised what you take for granted when you have just a 7-layer burrito and freaking Taco Bell, man.
how do you go on tour and not eat junk food?
No,
Me? I've never been
yeah,
on
this
to
was-
it.
okay.
Man.
yeah,
We couldn't afford it.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It was literally
Free
it was,
beer goes a long way.
Yes. Yeah, and pizza. I know tour musicians like get tired of pizza because everybody wants to feed them
Put
that shit.
pineapple. on
right.
it.
Cool. So, is there anything?
We play for less than pizza.
Is there anything that you guys want to cover that we missed or anything?
No, just check out the Facebook, check out the Instagram.
He
you know,
promises to update it.
I'm gonna update it.
Yeah.
Yes.
We'll get them both updated.
We're gonna check it in a week. Want to see some cool pictures
Yeah.
on there. Want to see like a updated
got
roster
it.
of the band.
All right,
Spotlight's
a
on.
week. I got a week.
Cool. Okay.
But
then-
the Beer Union show. Go to the Beer Union show September 21st,
yes, Very Union.
and
That's pretty cool, man. They've always been one of my favorite bands.
yeah, it's
Back in the day.
yeah. We actually opened up for him at a Balloon Fest, years ago, and Mike hit me up and he's like, hey, you guys want to open up for the Beer Union? I was like, yeah, why not?
Who's booking for that?
It's you know what? I don't know who's booking for that place. That's just one of those. I know that's one of those outside promoters.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, so the promoter's just using the venue.
Yeah.
Nice. Cool, man. So it was really cool having you guys here. Well,
Thank you.
Believe it or not, it took. I don't know, it
This
took
was
while to
about
get here, man,
about a
because
3-month process
I know, dude. Like,
to finally get it
something would
done.
always come up, and I mean, we understand. So
And
good to have you guys
you
here.
know what? Thank you guys. Not just for for what you're doing here with us, but for what you're doing with them and what you're doing with everybody else out there, and all the pictures that you're doing. And I mean,
Thank you, man. Appreciate
it's thank you.
believe it or not, we love doing it, man.
I
And
can-
we'll just, and like we always say, we do it because we're trying to have as much fun as we can while we can. That's more for me because I'm the older guy. Like Judy's, she's young. She has a lot of time. She has a lot of time for videos and stuff. Speaking for myself, I'll do it while I can, and I love it, man. Also, I forgot. I want to give a big shout out again to our sponsors, Live Audio.
Live Audio.
Alex and Nicole. You guys are awesome, man. We love you guys.
LiveAudioEntertainment.com.
Yes. And also, as always, big shout out to Mama Judy back there working hard behind the cameras. Always so reliable, man. Like, it's crazy because like she has 2 cameras, like a backup, but we don't even need a backup because she's got it, man. Yeah, so thanks again to the Third Edge for allowing us to feature you guys. It was really cool. So we're looking forward to your show with the Beer Union.
September 21st, Joey's Bad Company.
Yeah, and
on Airport.
Our friends out there, do us a favor and go to their Facebook page and give them a like, follow them on Instagram, and keep up to date with all the stuff that they're doing. We look forward to hearing any new material, and hopefully within the year.
Yeah. Oh no, it'll be before that.
Yeah,
within
cool.
the year. Yeah, it'll definitely be within the year.
Cool. Okay, man. So we'll see you guys next week on the Middle Shop Vlogs.